Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Biz Chicks TV, the place to be for tips, tools, strategies, and information to help you take the hassle out of your hustle and build a profitable business that's fun to run. Today is Tuesday, and that means TJ Online is here to present us with another exciting topic that's going to really help you be better in your business. She's a digital diva talking all things social media, all things digital marketing. And today is the day that you need to be in the room. You're here and we want to thank you. So if you're watching live or on the replay, welcome, welcome. And without further ado, here is Terry Johnson.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Good morning. I'm calling this, well, I'm not calling it. There's a hashtag called Talk Tuesday. So we're going to say welcome to Talk Tuesday. And I'm just doing my pre-show check to make sure that everybody can hear us and see us on Facebook. So if you're in the chat right now on Facebook, let me know. I'm pulling up, I'm trying to see. It didn't say go live. So we need to check.
I will check.
All right, but these are one of the things that we have to do because
there's glitches.
Get into the conversation and then it's like nothing happens. There's nobody listening or they can't hear us. It's happened several times. That's what goes on with live streaming. So just doing just the pregame check, guys. I see us live. Barb, hey, Barb gave us a heart. Hey, Barb. So in the chat, say we're here, we can hear you, we can see you, put a 1. People do different things. Put a 1 if you can hear us, put a 2 if no, and you choose. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I am just checking on my iPad.
And we are live.
Barb says, good morning. Okay, good. I'm just doing that because we have, the last couple of weeks, Facebook we don't know what the problems are, but there have been problems with the show. And one week we did it live and recorded it, and then I re-uploaded. There's just so many things going on, but that's the nature of live. And most of the people that are in the audience talking and listening to us today, and that come every week, they know what's going on with live. So, but live is still good now. I'm not putting it down. I'm just saying that things happen. You have to check, and these are all the things. We got all that out. We got the dog joining us today. Lovely. So I just want to say welcome to the show today. To the show, like we have a show. Like Fran said in the introduction, I'm Terry Johnson. I'm here to talk about digital marketing strategy, social media strategy, what's new in business. So, because that's my background is tech, business, advertising, and web development. All that stuff rolling in one. You're like, how are you doing so much? Well, I've done a lot of stuff. So, what I do is that I keep my eye out for the trends, what's new, what's happening, what you need to know to run your business. Because like Fran said, everything you need to know your business, everything you need to learn to run your business, have a business that's fun to run. I'm just tripping over the tagline today. It's kind of crazy. But I want to thank everybody for watching us live. And like I said, we really appreciate the conversation, because this isn't like it's not interview style. A lot of the shows are interview style where they have a person, an expert comes on and they talk and whatever. I like to do it more, I guess. Now, I hate to say I feel like I say his name all the time, Gary Vee. I know some people do not like him, and I understand that, but I connect with his business style, the way that he does things. Not the cursing. I mean, I just kind of, he's toned that down, but his brash style turns some people off, and I understand that. But if you can look past that, which is what I had to do, he has a lot of business insight, acumen, and experience, and I like to know what he's thinking. So he has a saying that you market in the year that we're in. Like, you market like it's 2018. You don't do marketing, is what he means. You don't do marketing practices and styles like it's 1982. So he says that a lot of people, business people and corporations included, who have a management board and CEOs and vice presidents of this and that, they all are still stuck in the time period of probably whenever they went to college. Let's say 80s, whatever. So you have to get out of that mentality. And I know it's easy for some and hard for others, but that's what you must do in order to survive as a business. Business changed, business practices, business styles change and adapt as, you know, as the years come or the decades or whatever. That's just how time is. So that's what we're going to get into. But first, before I do that, I want to say thanks to everybody watching live. We really love you because the conversation we get, you know, back and forth that we get lets us know that what we're saying is ringing with you, or it's like, okay, I don't agree with that, but this is what I think. So we bring all of that into the show. We incorporate all that. And that's why I was saying that I'd like to have more of that kind of discussion than saying, okay, we have a talking head coming on to say something and whatever. So that style works for some people, but we kind of, you know, it's like a freestyle thing. So thank you, live gang. I guess I could call you the live gang for watching, because we do have a replay gang. And those are the replay people. We still love you. I mean, even though you can't come live, that's fine. People have things to do. They're running businesses. They have lives to run. So you catch the replay when you catch the replay. So I want to say welcome to you too. Thank you for watching. So that's the replay gang. And usually I like for you guys, replay gang, to give me a hashtag shout out in the chat. Give us a hashtag shout out. Let us know that you are watching. You can use hashtag replay gang. I really haven't done any rewards with that. I probably will, because and this is a funny thing. I was talking to Gail Brown. She got 3 names. I forgot the middle name. But Gail Brown, that she's doing some Airbnb stuff, which she's going to talk about. But we were talking about, you know, all of this chatbot stuff. So hashtags are really connected. You can connect them to stuff that you do with chatbots. I'm really getting off topic, but this hashtag thing that we're doing, because hashtags is the key online. We talked about that in September. If you haven't watched that hashtag show where we talked about hashtag and keywords, go back to it, or, you know, send me a DM or put it in the chat. Oh, I missed that show. Where is it? I'll put the link in. But hashtags are one of the things that gets you discoverability online. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this replay gang. If you're watching the replay, please put it in. I appreciate it. We love you for doing that. So, and another thing, I always say, ask for the you have to ask for what you want, right? That's the call to action. So our call to action is for you guys to show the love and share this out on your profiles, or if you want to share it on Twitter, you can do that, because this link is public. You can share it anywhere you want. There's a link. When you look at the title, I believe you can click on the date of any post on Facebook and you can get the link. You might have to right click. So it's either left or right, but there's a link where the date is. And if it's a public post, you can share it out and it goes out everywhere. So we encourage you to do that, because the more the merrier. We love everybody that's here, but more people brings more opinion, more thoughts. And I hope it doesn't bring the trolls, but we can deal with that too. That's a part of live stream. You have to learn to deal with the positive responses, and you have to learn to deal with the negative. Not that you have to put up with. You just have to learn how to manage the negative comments. You just have to learn how to manage it, because you can't stop. Once you're in a public forum like this, like I said, our page is public. You cannot really stop people from coming in. What you do is you're going to manage the people in the comments, and each platform has its own tool. So again, that's another thing we're not going to get into. I see we're getting off the topic today. Okay,
that's okay. I just want to mention that Beauty Bubble over on Twitter said she's a proud member of the hashtag replay gang. Hey
Beauty, I miss you. I have not talked to Beauty in a while.
Yes.
I'm glad she's joining us today.
Yeah, so she was over on Twitter, and she quoted the tweet and said that she's a proud member of the replay gang.
Good. I'm glad. And like I said, I don't have a problem with, some people have a problem with it. They go, well, you know, we're not going to start until we get 100 people in. Like, that's disrespectful to the people that showed up when, you know, the notification comes out. I'm one of those people that when the notification comes out for someone who I want to hear what they have to say, I'm going right over. So I'm not, thankfully some people stop doing that, but there's some people that go, well, I'm not going to start talking until we get 50 people. I'm not going to start talking until we get 100 people. And I'm like, well, I'll leave it by.
Yeah, and so, I mean, because if this was regular broadcast TV and they waited for everybody to show up,
they go right into the show, right?
Right. They're not going to wait for you.
Yeah, there's no waiting. So, not to put those people down, just saying about styles, different styles. So,
and it makes sense though, because Walmart is going to open the door at whatever time they open the door, regardless.
They open the door at say 9 a.m. whether there's one person or 1,000.
Exactly.
They open the door and they welcome who comes in. So we're opening the door. We're welcoming whoever decides to watch us now, live or replay, because we're going to have a discussion about what's going on in business. So I hope you join us.
So with that,
all of that,
what's happening with this end of an era? What era has ended?
Let me pull up my notes. I had tons of notes. So if you have not heard the news, Sears has filed for bankruptcy on Monday. Finally, some people say, and they're like, some people saying, what took you so long? This is a big story, I think, and I hope we can talk about it in an hour. We may not, but like I said, last week we did a after show on Get Vocal, so we may do that if everybody has time. We want to go over and play with Get Vocal, which is a Blab-like platform for live conversation. And
we'll talk about that in detail on Friday.
Yes. We did do it on Friday, and if you guys want to today, we can do that. I set aside some time.
Yep.
So we can do that. But Sears, let's talk about Sears. And why am I talking about Sears? Because it's a business topic. There's a marketing aspect. There's a management aspect. And we talk about, Amazon and things like that here a lot because of the trends and where things are going in marketing. So to get back to where I said about Gary Vee saying you have to market in the year that we are in. So we're in 2018. So marketing in 2018 consists of having an online presence, a strong one, especially if you're a big brand like Sears. Sears is like the biggest brand ever. It used to be. Now, not so much, but when Sears started, and I wanted to make sure I got it, it's a 132-year-old retail brand. They started, I think it was I wrote it down, 1892 as a mail ordering company. They opened retail stores in 1925. They were the biggest brand ever. Kmart bought the brand in 2005. They started floundering then. They were the biggest brand until 1989, and someone else came over and took their crown, and that is Walmart. That's when the rise of Walmart and the domination of Walmart came in and just they steamrolled everything because they had the lowest prices.
Walmart also had a different business model.
Yes.
Because Walmart, you could buy different companies. If I'm not mistaken, you can buy you can take your product and present it to Walmart and buy space on the shelf. They didn't have to necessarily have a buyer and go out and buy the stuff.
Right. So, so they were riding high for a long time as like the biggest brand. And like I said, Sears started out as mail order, so they had catalog. Their Christmas catalog was the biggest event. People would look forward to getting that big catalog in the mail because, and before Christmas, because you have to look through it and order things, and you would need time for them to arrive in time for Christmas. But they were, Sears was the biggest brand. They were riding high, too big to fail, I guess you can say about them. That here it is, this 132-year-old brand today is going bankrupt, is filing for bankruptcy after floundering and being bought and knowing that they're in rough waters. Management, I'm talking about the management of the company, they knew they were in trouble. Well, what are some of the things that they did not do? And this has to do, I put the blame squarely on management, because here it is, just like Toys R Us. It's something that didn't have to happen. Sears could right now have a robust online brand and presence, just like Macy's, just like Kohl's, and just like all of the other retailers that are, they might be floundering, but they're holding on. They're not filing for bankruptcy. Well, Macy's has.
Well, let me say this too. They started out as a mail order business, which is very close to an Amazon type business. Yes. It is very, it was very, very, I mean, it's almost identical. You did this before. You had a catalog.
Yes, you're right. You're right. See how it's cyclical? Everything in life and business is cyclical. Things, the trends come and go. So when Sears started their mail order stuff, that was, everybody was excited because you had to go to the, the general store on Main Street to buy stuff.
And then with the Sears catalog, you could sit at home. You had your catalog at home, and you bought Johnny his pea shooter or whatever it is that you were buying.
Mm-hmm.
You sat at home and ordered.
Yeah, all of those things. You were in the comfort of your home. And it also opened up, I was reading, I have to go back, but I found a lady on Twitter who, something about the history of brands or something she did, and she was going through the tweets. I have to go back, I'll post them, but she was saying how Sears opened up opportunities for African Americans at that time to purchase things because they weren't price gouged by, like I said, they would have to go to the main store on Main Street, and then there would be that kind of, maybe there would be some kind of animosity. So they didn't buy anything. So she was saying that the catalog opened up a whole world retail opportunity for Black Americans, African Americans at that time.
Right.
So the whole history behind this, and it's a rich brand history. It's there. It's just, I feel sad to say that Sears dropped the ball, which they did. They dropped the ball. What else can you say? They decided not to focus on customer experience, because there's always been lately the complaint that the stores weren't not beautiful, but it wasn't a good experience. It didn't make a shopper happy to go into a Sears store. They couldn't find what they wanted, and all of that merchandising, which is a big part of retail. Plus, a lot of people do not want to get in their car and go to the mall when, like Fran said, with Amazon. Amazon is, you on your phone shopping Amazon. Sometimes you don't even have to go to Amazon. Amazon will come to you and send you email, or you have automatic purchases. It's just out of mind shopping. You don't even have to think about it. So how does Sears compete with that? And why didn't they see what was coming with Amazon? Because you could see it. And like Fran said, they were in the Amazon business years ago before Amazon was even a thought.
And all they had to do was make a little bit of a tweak.
So what's the problem? Management. So a company, this story, this history, this large, the biggest retailer in America. Why are you're sending back fat cats? That old thing about the old boys, fat cats, corporate with the stogie, the old stereotype. They're sitting in their ivory tower in Sears. Everything's good. We're the biggest brand ever. No one's ever going to top us. So while you're not looking, there's somebody behind you that's smaller and hungrier and sees an opening, Amazon, and decides, we're going to go after the big boy. And then they got people saying, you can't take them down or watch me. So this is what it is. Management is sitting in, they're the captain. They're in the big luxury liner and everything's good. And here comes this little small boat behind the speedboat overtaking them in the race. Because they're sitting back going, well, we're good. We're the #1 brand. Everybody loves Sears. Where are they going to go? Okay, so let's look at it. Sears. Sears was known for tools and washing machines and dryers and appliances, right? That was the place you went to get your refrigerator, your appliance. That's the place where the craftsman people that were into that kind of area where they need tools. It was Sears. So here comes Home Depot. Here comes Lowe's. Oops. I don't have to go to Sears anymore. I can go to Home Depot. Because I'm shopping probably by price and quality. So here comes Home Depot, lower price, better, same quality. Not as good as like Sears was like the top of the line with their appliances, with Maytag and all that. But they let all of that drop. They let the quality of their products drop. They didn't listen to the customers because they were complaining about the quality of the washers and the dryers and the appliances.
Right.
And Sears is going, well, we're the biggest brand. Where you going to go? When you tell that to a customer,
they're going to go somewhere.
Going to look.
And then here comes R.C. Willey.
Mm-hmm.
And here comes Home Depot and Lowe's. We have lots of places to go to shop.
Yeah. So Barb in the chat says Sears bankruptcy impacts Walmart and Sam Club's 2 lots of closures this year. Yes, I agree. Lots of liquidation sales during this holiday buying season. Consumers will win. I can't see I hate the iPad. I cannot see the rest of your comment, Barb. I'm going to try.
Let me take a look at it again.
On my phone. It's just the Facebook app. Here we go, complaining. I cannot see her comment.
Let me take a look on here too.
Yeah, see if you could take a look. I wanted to read.
Yeah, because it started doing the more after a while.
I can do it on the phone now. It says, so Barb says lots of liquidation sales during this holiday buying season. Consumers will win from this year. What impact would that have on Amazon?
Not too much, I don't think.
Really, because Amazon right now, and Amazon this could be Amazon in a couple years or 50, whatever amount of time. Well, my point is that you're on top. You're the biggest thing. You can fall. So here it is, Sears thinking they're the biggest thing. The people that buy from Amazon are buying from Amazon. They're not, because Amazon has created the system where there's the buy-in. Amazon is good at that. You buy a device in your house. You ask that device to buy things for you. You don't even have to go to the website. Everybody has a phone. You want to shop? Oh, I got to go sit at my computer, or I got to go to the laptop. No, you have a phone in your hand. Boop. Hey, Siri, open Amazon. I'm ready to shop just that fast. Boom, I can shop. So Amazon has their lock-in. You go to Whole Foods, you can buy the device. Yeah. And once people buy it, they tell others. Like we talked about it on Friday, how it's once you get one, you see where the device works. When you use the app on your phone, you see, okay, I need to buy something. Amazon. That's how they're with the buy-in. So there will be people that shop the liquidation sales because there's always people that bargain. You want to bargain.
Well, here's the thing too. There are Sears customers. Not everybody grew up on Sears. So right. the people there are Walmart customers.
Yes.
They're the Target customers. Yes. Right. There are the Target customers. This is just like Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram. Mm-hmm. They're all different people. Yeah, yes. They're all different people hanging out in different neighborhoods. My daughter refuses to shop at Walmart. She's a Target person. And most millennials.
And that's branding.
Right. Most millennials are at Target. Mm-hmm. Not Walmart.
Nope.
Not at Sears. Definitely not at Sears.
Definitely not at Sears.
Sears.
Kmart and Sears.
Kmart and Sears was a different generation.
It's an older brand. Like I said, Sears 132 years. I'm not sure about Kmart, but
Kmart.
That's an older crowd. They skew older. Like CBS, the channel skews older, and they're trying to get millennials. They're trying to get younger views. But like Fran said, they shop at Target. They like Target. They don't want Walmart because that's not their thing. Now, someone who is cost conscious, like I said, with you have a home, you're a homeowner, you have a home, you're trying to save costs. So you're going to shop by cost. It's not going to be Sears is the #1 brand because they used to be quality and it's loyalty. No, I got to save some dollars. I'm going to Home Depot. I'm going to Lowe's. Whoever got the lowest price, I'm going. You have those kind of people.
And because you can make your decision with the phone in your hand, you can look up a bunch of comparisons. I went to go get a refrigerator, and I compared the refrigerator, who had it in stock now, how long am I going to have to wait to go get it? And I was able to do that between 3 major stores. I was like, oh, okay. And these people are going to deliver it free? Okay. I was able to figure that out without leaving my house.
And some of this is, and we're talking about the millennial crowd because they're skewing older, they're home buyers now and everything. What are they used to doing? They're not going to be brand loyal. They're going to pull up their phone and go, I need a refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Google just told me where I can go buy a refrigerator.
Right.
So they're not going to go,
I'm getting in the car and drive over to Sears to buy a refrigerator. I'm not doing it.
Right. So they have, this thing is attached to their hands. So this is what they use. And if you're not there, like Sears is not there. I mean, Sears is there. They have a website, sure. But is it exciting? Do they make it where, like Amazon,
okay,
all I have to do is talk to a device?
But let me ask a question. How many of the people watching now shops at Sears? Just
good
asking. Question. I haven't thought about shopping at Sears in...
Not forever.
It's been a very long time.
I mean, that was one of the things I wanted to ask. And let me see, I had my questions was like, who's been to Sears? Who's shopped there? I mean, a few years ago, they tried to get the Kardashian collection or something, I think, but that fell through because, see, it's too late. You're trying to ride a wave of, okay, let's get into popular, let's use influencers, but your strategy, your brand strategy skews old. I don't know, the people that follow Kardashians don't want to shop at Sears, no matter, even if the products are there or if the clothing line or whatever. That's not where they go to buy clothes.
So we have a couple of comments here. Okay, Barb says, I predict that entrepreneurs will buy liquidated sales and sell the goods on Amazon. Entrepreneurs and Amazon wins. You're absolutely right. And now I think
right about that.
Yeah, I think that's probably what's going to happen. If if you do what Gary Vee said, where you go buy something low and go turn around and sell it high on Amazon or go sell it on eBay.
This is a perfect opportunity for flipping.
Right.
But it's like, okay, that's a fire sale. That's we're out of business sale. It's not, my point is, Sears did not have to end up like this. It's really sad. It's really sad. So Lakeisha says, I'm trying to see her comment again.
Okay. So
can you read it?
Yeah. So Barb's, let me go in here because it does let you do it. Let me go back. I'm going to start with Bob. Patricia Murray says it's been a while since she's been to Sears. And then Barb says last purchase was 1 year ago. And then Barbara also says purchase equipment on liquidation at that time too. Then Lakeisha says we went to Sears to see which refrigerator we wanted, but bought from somewhere else about 2 to 3 years ago.
Okay, there's your answer.
So not too many people are even looking at Sears as an option. When they're thinking of shopping, are they thinking of Sears? No.
Honestly, I thought they already declared bankruptcy. To be honest with you, I was shocked.
I think there was an article back in the day where Amazon, and Terralina is on here too. She can chime in. Pat Murray says, I thought Sears was on his deathbed when I saw Craftsman tools at Lowe's. Yes, that is a sign.
You're right, Pat. You're right. See that?
That was a sign. So
that's a desperate attempt.
Terralina, I think one day we were reading something for the tech store, our Tech Friday, where Amazon was possibly going to use the Sears different locations as a point for their appliance distribution.
Yes. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because they had the They have the appliances at Sears, and instead of Amazon pulling all of those into their own, building new warehouses to move appliances, they would just use the Sears inventory.
The inventory,
and sell it from there. But okay, so I'm wondering how that's still going to work.
But this thing about Sears, and this is what I see and what I know, is that Sears, you have to have an online presence, and it's for somebody like Sears, it should have something that they should have done years ago.
Well, see, they probably didn't listen to the kids.
Right.
They probably had kids in the family saying, "Mom, Dad, you guys need to do this," right? They didn't listen to the kids.
Right. And see, this, like I said, this is management. So you have older experienced CEOs and senior management team. That's fine. But you have to have some young blood, some young people on the team, just like with football. They have Tom Brady's the oldest quarterback, but he surrounds himself with young players. You want to have a running back that's young. You don't want to have an older running back. That's not discriminatory. I'm just saying, a running back has to run. A young person has more lung capacity and stamina, right? So you wouldn't fill your team with all older players. You need some young people to bring fresh and new and fast and quick to the team. So Sears, they may have, hired young people, innovative people, and those people may have felt like their voices weren't being heard, their ideas weren't being heard, and they left, which is how it happened. So, like, again, Sears is sitting in their Sears Tower going, "We're the biggest, we're the best, yeah, pep rally," but here comes Amazon back there, and definitely Walmart took them over in what was it, 1989? So they should have learned in 1989, but they didn't. So here we are today, bankruptcy, a brand, iconic brand, iconic.
Yeah, and it definitely is iconic. Amazon is definitely, this is Barb, Amazon is definitely looking at Old Dog's properties for distribution points.
Oh, yeah. Amazon has mastered the online retail system, the game. So now where they need to fill in the gaps. So they need locations. So they need physical locations. So you don't want to build physical locations now. You want to, go in and swoop in and buy, at the lowest prices. Somebody's going out of business. Let's swoop in and get that real estate. Because you have some people who, Amazon is saying we need some retail locations, some brick and mortar to fill out our online business.
Yeah, because
they're not leaving anything to chance.
No, they're not. And I was out by the airport. I took a scenic route one day, and I'm like, "What is that big building out here?" And it's it was Amazon built and building. I'm talking about a huge warehouse. I was like, "Whoa, okay, they are serious about whatever they were doing." And this was a couple of years ago, and it was just quiet. But there's this big building right by the airport. So when the planes come in with whatever it is, Amazon is right there. So now I can see how they can deliver in 2 hours.
Right. And all of that is also a big part branding. When you see Amazon, it triggers something in shoppers, it triggers something in. And guess what? They don't have to wait until they get home. They can tell their car, you can shop in your car. If you got the system that lets you talk to it, Siri and Apple, all of that. You can shop when you're looking at something and, oh, there's Amazon. That reminds me, I need to buy X, Y, Z. You're driving. I don't want to stop. And you tell your car, Amazon, or Alexa, whatever the system is you have, it will bring up and say, okay, buy me, buy this, buy that, or put in my shopping cart. You see how that buy-in works from Amazon?
Right.
That's why they have devices everywhere. That's why they have the store now where you walk in and you don't go to the checkout. They know that people don't want to check out. They know people want to shop for food, but they know people don't want to check out and stand in a long line and have to swipe and pull your card and this. Hey, you get your stuff and you walk out.
And so they made it, they've taken their customer they have their customer in mind for whatever they do. They have in-store, they have Whole Foods, they have, you can order it online and get it shipped. You can have it sent to your trunk.
You can have it on automatic rotation, automatic buy when you run out.
Or you can have it shipped to your trunk.
Right. You can have it shipped. You can have your food delivered to you. Amazon Fresh, is it? I think
Amazon Fresh, where you can have the food. Now, they used to work with Sprouts. It has since, so Amazon Prime does no longer work with Sprouts. I was like, okay, because I think there was a conflict of interest between Whole Foods and Sprouts, but whatever.
Right. And see, I like that you said the Prime. That's the key word. Prime membership. Amazon has connected everything. That's their hub. Prime membership. Once you buy the Prime membership at the cost for the year, you are shopping by, okay, I have Prime. I can get this and I can get that. And that's the key. Because I was on I think last week I wanted to buy something and I was like, oh, wait a minute, it's not Prime. I didn't want to buy it because I was like, it wasn't something necessary, but because I didn't see the Prime part of it, because the Amazon, there's stuff that's not Prime. Definitely with clothing and stuff like that and shoes and everything, because you have to return. But if I make sure I'm in the Prime area,
right?
Because I paid for it, so I got to use it.
Right.
So Amazon knows that.
And when you have Prime, you get perks that you don't get when you're not Prime. When you're Prime. So when I was buying the groceries with Sprouts and it was through Prime, I was able to go on and they ordered my food and sent it over. Now I have to order from somewhere else. Amazon has its own Fresh, wherever they're getting it from.
Yeah.
But I wanted to know that it was coming straight from my local grocery store. So then Prime, Sprouts then said, oh, you can get your stuff too, and then you can pay us $149 a year. I said, I'm not paying for two. That's just not going to happen.
Right.
I already have Prime, and Prime comes with video and some other stuff, free shipping and a whole bunch of other stuff that you don't give to me just for groceries.
Perks.
So you have to be careful of the people who are trying to copy Prime.
Yes. Always read, always look, always read. Like I said, just now we wanted to shop, but I made sure, I was like, wait a minute. I just noticed I didn't see something with Prime on it. It just stood out to me. I said, wait a minute. I selected something that's not, under the Prime shipping. I'm not paying for that. I left the page.
Nope. And see, Sears could have been doing this. Every item that you see in Amazon could have been an item from Sears. That's my point.
That Sears could have had a part of this pie. They could have carved out something because they're an iconic brand. They already had a mail catalog system. They already had the buy-in from the consumer. They had a brand that was labeled as quality. When you thought Sears, you were going to get quality products.
Right.
They let that down also. So this is squarely on management's shoulders, just like with Toys R Us. It's management. You have to be forward thinking. You always have to look ahead and say, what's happening or what's going to happen in the retail area, the retail industry. You look at something called foot traffic. You look at where people go. You listen to everything. And there's so much data available for free. You can go online now, social media. People are talking about your brand. Listen to what they're saying. If they're dissatisfied, find out why, fix it. That's a problem. It's a problem that you can fix. Don't let it go. Well, it's a consumer that's, they're just grumpy. They want to complain. No, figure out what it is. Is it legitimate? Or is it just someone just trolling or whatever? Then you can leave that alone. But if it's a legitimate thing, those are places where you can fix the holes, so you don't have a leak and your ship go down like Sears.
And you got to listen to the people. And TJ is right. You got to listen to the customer. We talked about social listening. And just listening, what is really going on. You really got to get out the house and go outside in the sunshine and see what's happening in the neighborhood.
And see, this is the part where companies are like, well, that takes too much time. I don't want to do that. And small business owners do that too. I don't have the time. But like I said, with social media management, if you carve out little blocks of time in your day, you're not going to spend all day. You have a purpose. Okay, I'm going to look for my brand name. I'm going to search for it and see what they're saying on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, wherever. You're going to go and look and see what people are saying. And then there may be some pain points there you can solve. Oh, I like the product from XYZ, but they don't do this, that, and that. I wish they would.
So here's the thing too. So if a person is going into a store, the experience has got to wow them. Yes. That is the reason why some brick and mortar stores are still doing very well, because when you go in, your experience when you go in the store, you get to touch things, you get to experience things, the sights, the sounds are all like, wow, it's an experience. It's like going to Disneyland.
Oh yeah, that's a good example. You're going to Disneyland. It's the happiest place on earth, right?
Exactly. But there are some stores
try to live up to that.
Right. But if your experience going into the stores, and I shall say Fry's, and you walk in the store and the customers don't, the employees don't talk to you, and you're wandering around trying to figure out where something is, and your experience is not good, you are not coming back. And you're going to tell people.
The employees act like they don't want to be there. They're not motivated. That's management. I can't find what I need. That's merchandising. The layout is I can't navigate the store. That's merchandising again. There are so many keys to retail offline that when you're online, it's different. It's a different thing. It's your website. It's the path to purchase. Is how easy is it to get to the cart? How easy is it to save my cart? All of those things. All of those things go into saying I'm going to sell or I have a shop offline or online. You have to look at all of those things, and the customer will tell you. If you see someone looking out with, going out of the store with their face unhappy, I would run after them and ask, did you not, we couldn't help you today? Was there anything that you were looking for and you couldn't find? Or they'll tell you. You need to take that information. So it's the same thing online. People will talk about your brand, your business, your product, your service online. So you need to look at those people and find out what it is and talk to some people. Talk to them.
Yeah, just
not hard.
And please, please, please listen to your customers. And like TJ said, when you talk to them, then and figure out how to make them happy. We walked into, I think it was Macy's not too long ago. It looked like Sears, where it was just like everything was like they were having a liquidation sale. We were like, where are we? Macy's normally does not look like that. Right. Now, the Macy's in Valencia, California, which is Southern California, it was all laid out nice and space between the rows. And you felt like, oh, I'm having a shopping experience.
That's still management. That's regional management. There's something broken down there where you go to one, it looks, the experience is great and everything is neat, and the other one is junky. That's a problem.
Right.
And right there in front of your face. It's not like, if Sears can't go, well, what happened? Oh, here's their excuse. Oh, it's the millennials. Oh, it's those kids. Oh, it's social media. Oh, it's online. No, everything still works the same. Business is business. It's just that where we do it has moved online. So the business practices that you're doing, you still have to do them. You still have to make a great customer experience, and you have to make them happy. You have to have a product they want at the price they want. All of those things still work. It's just like I said, that management, if you have the crowd that skews older and they're not willing to change their mindset and look at what's going on with the youth, with that youth generation, and I always talk about that, you need to look at them, even though that's not your target audience. You need to look at what they're doing, keep an eye out, because what they're doing and their behavior and attitude is it's like a wave. When you throw the rock in the pond and the wave goes, that's them. The wave goes out to the older generation, your audience. Mm-hmm. Look, here's an example. Emojis. Years ago, a couple years ago, only kids was doing that. Now everybody does it. The emoticons, LOL, and all that other stuff. All of the online talk that the kids did years ago, older people doing now.
Right.
So it's a wave. It's a shot wave. So you want to be, hey, let me see what they're doing first. Not that you have to apply it as it is with the kids today. I mean, that makes you out of touch. There's a certain way that you have to approach it. But you need to look at it and say, this may happen to me in a few years. This may happen to our business in a few years. They may want to communicate in that way. Just like now with millennials, their thing is customer experience above everything else. The ones that have discretionary income, or disposable income, where they can spend money on things they like, you better make sure the experience is what they want.
Right.
But they don't care about the cost.
Right.
And then you have some people on the other side that do care about cost. So you have to know your audience. This is all knowing your audience, data, and talking to people. They didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are. Now, Toys R Us, there was talk a few weeks ago about them reviving the brand somehow. But how is Sears going to come out of this when they had years and they saw the wave coming and they just stood there and like, oh, look. And they did nothing. They continued to do what they were doing. So that's why, I mean, I'm really sad to hear that this is happening to a brand that it didn't have to happen to. That's my point, where I get all bent out of shape. Like, it didn't have to be like this.
No, it didn't.
You can see it. Make the changes necessary when you see it happening. Put the people in your organization that, oh, we're listening to what's going on with the younger generation, with the Gen Zs, the millennials. We hear that. So you better make plans to say, oh, everything's moving online. We better shore up our online retail strategy. We better have an experience on our website that makes it easy for people to buy, because we already got the buy-in with the brand.
So I have a couple of comments here. Penelope Larry says this makes sense. Okay, I'm going to start with Barb.
Okay, start with Barb.
I remember the Sears executive regime from back in the 84 early days of the PC revolution. Old ideas, resistant to change. I don't recall that ever changing. Do you? I don't think so, because here we are. And then Penelope Larry says this makes sense. What are some of the ways, she asked the question, what are some of the ways to give a wow factor for small companies? And
good question.
Yeah, I have a couple of ideas for that. Tachi says good morning, and Fraser from Edinburgh is here today. Hey, Fraser.
Hey, Fraser.
And that's Edinburgh, Scotland, by the way. Regardless of whether business is big or small, engagement with customers at the customer level is critical to long-term success. And Penelope, that is your answer. Talk to your customers. Do you have their names? Terry and I keep drilling this. Anytime somebody is interested in your product or service, you need to have a name, phone number, and an email. Mm-hmm. They like it, you are talking to them. Yeah. If you are not collecting names, you have no business.
No,
you got to talk to them.
Didn't we talk about this? If you're at an event and you have your phone and you want to connect with people, we were talking about Facebook Messenger.
Right.
You can do that. It's real quick. 1, 2. You're connected on Facebook Messenger. You don't have to bother them. You give them a couple days and say, hey, I enjoyed talking to you at so-and-so event. I remember that you were interested in whatever, and not your product.
Right.
Give them information that you remember from something, talking to them that they were interested in. Go research it, find out. So, so-and-so might want to know this. Send them that information. Don't sell them right away. Mm-hmm. Let them know that you are here to help them.
And you heard them, and you were interested in what they had to say.
Yes. So Lakeisha says she just did that yesterday. So there you go. Right. So that's what you do. Remember, you're talking to people. So think of them, your customers, your friends. Oh, I know that Lakeisha like she's in the makeup industry. So if I hear something that, trending about makeup or something that maybe she hasn't heard or I don't know, but she may have, I would say, hey, I saw this and I wanted to send this to you, make sure you knew about it.
Right. And that's what you do. And that is the engagement Barb is talking about. You are engaging with the people. You're talking to them.
And you can do that if you're on Instagram. Let's talk about that. You're on Instagram and you see something, like I said, I gave an example where I saw someone that was doing something locally and I said, hey, I sent them a tip. Hey, if you put the location in on all your posts, you're going to attract those people that are in that location looking at posts, or they look at that location and they're going to see your posts. I'm not expecting them to do anything with me. I'm like, hey, here's some information. And I use the DM feature. There's a couple other people that I talk to and I use the DM feature. So reach out and talk to people. They will respond. If they don't, move on. It's not anything out of, you haven't lost anything, but you're leaving little, I like to say breadcrumbs. You're leaving little, here I am. Here's the breadcrumb. I'm over here if you need me. But here in the meantime, here's some information that can help you.
And you will go back to the person that gave you some help or a tip. You're going to call that person back. You may not call them back tomorrow, but you will call them back. I remember TJ gave me that good tip on putting that location in my post. I need to call her and see what else I can learn from her. Come on. Helping helps.
I'm looking, Pat has a comment and I couldn't.
I got it.
Okay, because I can't.
It works on the phone. I don't know about the iPad.
Yeah, it works on the phone, but it doesn't work on the iPad.
People are still saying RIP when it comes to media outlets, which I feel aren't making the effort to learn more about up-to-date things like live streaming and video. It's not enough to say we did a little something on Instagram or Snapchat.
Thank you, Pat. I love you for that comment. Love it, because she's right. You cannot say I have an Instagram and you do nothing with it, or you post uninspiring stuff, not something that somebody wouldn't get excited about. You have to be, or you hire someone to do it for you that's going to see what's up today. Like I left the tip before that you look at what the calendar days. There's a National Calendar Day website. I think it's nationalcalendarday.com, and there's another one, checkiday.com. Look at that every day. See what the national day is, like National Ice Cream Day, National Pizza Day,
I think today is International Podcast Day.
So, but if you look at that, there's several national days. People are starting to talk about that online through Twitter, through Instagram, through hashtags. So you look at those sites, or you do a Google search, see what happy whatever day. If it fits with your brand and what you do, figure out a clever way to connect with it with a photo, something funny, a caption. If your thing is funny, if it's serious, then it's serious. But you find a way to connect with that hashtag, and it's like you joining in on the party. It's like a party line. You joining in, and when people are looking at that hashtag, because they're going to see your post. And if it's something clever, funny, cute, serious, informational, something entertaining, they're going to make a note of it, retweet it, or reshare it, or talk about it, or whatever. They're going to give you some kind of feedback, a like, an emoji, whatever. That's your entryway into the conversation of whatever's going on. So when you do that, when you have the presence to do that, and you're in front of an audience, you're not going to go immediately to sell. You're building, like I said, little steps of the breadcrumbs. And you're doing that by being online. So you have to be online. You have to be in it to win it. You have to be in it. So you can't say, oh, I posted something, some drab little picture, and I said X, Y, Z, and nobody said anything, because you posted a drab little picture and you said some boring stuff and nobody cares.
Right.
Nobody cares. So you have to make them care. You have to get the attention. You have to make them care, and it has to connect with them. So that's how you do that. So Pat is right that they're saying these companies and media outlets and whatever are going, well, social media sucks. Online doesn't work. Online ads don't work. This don't work. That don't work. Because you're not putting in the effort.
Right.
It's work.
It really is.
Work.
W-O-R-K.
Presence, online branding, online strategy, being online is work. There's no get rid of that passive stuff.
You really, because it really takes you sitting down and coming up with a plan. And by the way, TJ has a great social media plan. If you need to get one, you need to ask her how to get it.
Type in the comment SM Planner, SMPLANNER, and it should pop up for you.
Correct.
If not, put it in the comment. But I think we were going to talk about and I said earlier, I was talking to Gail about the connection with the marketing with the chat bots and Facebook. But
yes,
that'll be on a future show.
When you have a plan, you have to plan out what you're going to talk about. If you're into fashion, which Penelope does men's clothing, you need to give me some tips. Did you know that the red tie means this in da 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 da? And when it's worn,
who's in men's clothing?
Penelope Larry. She does men's. She has a men's clothing store. So if you give me tips on how to wear ties, or give me a tip for my husband on how he can wear this and this, what's trending in fashion, give me tips. What we're saying is don't just sell something, share something. Give us tips on when to wear stripes and cuffs.
Okay, wait, hold on. I'm getting pop-ups. It's SM Planner, not Free Planner. I don't think Free Planner will work.
No, just SM Planner.
I will add Free Planner to the bot. So, but I'm not sure if it's going to work. It's SM Planner.
Right.
Not Free. I'm getting little pop-ups. But go. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, but what we're saying is give some information. Give me information like Lakeisha does makeup. Okay.
Yes.
For fall, the color of the lip gloss of the month is this, and here's why you would wear this color and what the color means. And tell me a story.
Yes.
Don't just try and sell me something. Tell me a story.
And Lakeisha has I love Lakeisha's industry. I also love Donna. Donna's not here. Her vegan travel, because those are industries where you can get the excitement. You can bring the beauty into it. You can bring the happy into it. You can make posts, little clip videos, little short tips, like Fran said, and make it fun. That's the key. Make it fun. You could be a dentist. Make it fun.
Right.
I have one of my clients is in that area. I always say you have to make it fun. Stop showing pictures of people's ugly. No, don't show the befores. Show the after. Show the happy. Show how satisfied they are with your work. Give them tips to come in. You have to go every 6 months. Make sure you do things not funny, but in a entertaining, I want to make that person happy way. I want to give them something a tip that go, well, you know what? I love Lakeisha's tips. And I go to her Instagram and I see her story, or I go to Facebook and I see her story, or I go to Twitter, wherever she is, I see it on Pinterest too.
Right.
So, and don't think because it's makeup that it's saturated. It's not. What you have to do is you can't just do makeup. You have to do something niche-wise. Where is your expertise? What are the things that you're good at? Is it brows? Do everything brows. Live in brow world. Is it lips? Live in lip work. Everything should revolve around lip color, lip style, lip ingredients. What's the best lipstick? Is it this? Is it that? It's so much detail. But once you get into a niche, go all out. But don't just go broad. And what she could do for her YouTube, if she's going to cover makeup, she would have a lip playlist. You would break it out. Lips, eyes, brows. You would break it out. And you would have so much stuff to share. And
I would even say do something non-traditional. Do your stuff over on Instagram TV.
Yes.
start doing your shows on Instagram TV. It's easier. You can just pop the camera up and just like, today I'm going to show you how to do.
And this is then another thing. I mean, I don't know what's holding people back from video, but one of the things about video is people think it has to be structured. It has to look like a professional show. No, you're talking to people. So you're talking people to people. Hey, it's Lakeisha. I'm here with today's tip on blah, blah, blah. This is the trend, da, 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 da. And you say whatever you say, and you use your camera. You don't have to go live. Because when this is the thing, people going live, I'm going to da. But those things are what makes it real, because it's human to human, person to person.
Right.
So don't think I got to have the right light. I got to have this. You have to be seen now. You have to have brightness coming in, but you don't have to have professional light kit that's $150. You don't have to do that. You don't have to have a Sony camera that's $1,000. Bam. This is it. You get a ring. If you really want to have light, they have the little ring light that fits on your phone. That's all you need. And make sure you're talking to the mic, or get a little lapel mic. I have one over there I'm looking at. I spent $19 on it.
And
when I hook it up, the sound is good.
Right.
And that's all you need. Use your camera, record, say, just keep going. Keep going. If you mess up, keep going. Because what you can do is that video, you can go and take it down, open iMovie or whatever movie editing thing on your computer or on the phone. iMovie is free if you have iPhone. I'm not sure about Android. Android does have something for free. But what you can do is cut out the parts where you fudge. Cut those parts out. And then if you really want to go the extra mile, find some images, some fun images online, or make up something fun and bright, and intercut those between where you figure out where to put those. And you can make a 5-minute, 3-minute video.
And post
2 minutes.
Yes, 2 minutes for the perfect brow. I would watch.
Yes.
I would
2
watch.
minutes. Do your video. Like I said, edit out the fudgy parts that you don't want. You got a 2-minute video uploaded to IGTV. There's your YouTube tip of the day. It goes to Twitter. Twitter takes video.
And
it goes
Facebook.
to Facebook.
Right.
It goes on your website to Pinterest.
Right.
Or if you do Facebook, you can make a page because it's public and post that to Pinterest. To see how that one little thing, it goes so
everywhere.
many ways.
Right. Lakeisha says you have to do more than once. No get rich quick thing. Lots of people want to quit when the results don't show up quickly. This is talking about Pat's earlier comment. And then Barb asked, do we have a separate live streams that feature our clients chatting about working with you? We might start using Vocal for that. I just got my broadcast for Vocal.
Yeah. You got it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about.
Right. So I may use, Barb, that's a very good idea. And we can have some of our clients come on and talk about their experience. And we can do that over on Vocal because I like it. We'll talk more about Vocal.
Pat comment. She said, remember when everybody on Periscope thought they couldn't get started without an archive mount? Exactly.
Exactly.
You saw the influencers get on that had Periscope producer, and they had graphics flashing and things flying. Like I said, they had the professional ring light. The ring light is like $100 and something bucks. You can get one for your phone. It fits on, it clips on, and you can get a little stand, and you can use that. And like I said, make sure with your phone, I would get an external mic. They only cost $19. You don't have to get the one the Rode that's like $70.
Nope.
Have one that's $19. Works just fine.
Right. And if you don't have all of that, make sure that the sunlight coming in your window is hitting you in the face and go live.
Yeah. So and Tanya said the ring light is nonsense, right? But those are the professional YouTubers. I'm not gonna put them down.
I was like,
they have the $1,000 camera because they worked up to it. They didn't start with the camera. And those ring lights, they started with natural light, a light or whatever. Just like I said, go to the window. Make sure you're well lit. Make sure they can hear you talking to your phone. That's why you have a phone. These phones are thousands of dollars. Over $1,000. The new ones are over $1,000. Stop using them just for social media
or
playing
taking a
games.
picture.
You can play games, but there are so many apps that you can put on your phone that let you work your business where you don't have to run to a computer. And that's one of the things I've been working on this year, because I'm like, I'm tired of being tied to my Mac. I'm tied to the laptop or the shirt. I'm like, I want something where I'm out and I'm like, oh, I want to do XYZ. And I do it on my phone.
That is why the phone is made there. So I'm challenging you as a tech diva. Take your phone out and spend the day with your phone. Don't take your computer, and see what you can do, all the things that you can do with your phone.
Yes. Think about it. It forces you, it limits you to the one tool. You don't need all of these tools. You have one tool. So it brings out the creativity, which is what you want in order to make the right post that's going to reach your audience. Think about it. It's just you giving a message to the right people and sending it out and making it look nice and fun and entertaining where it catches the eye of someone. And then you start a conversation. That's it. It's really simple. I think a lot of people overthink it because they see more advanced people. Like the live streaming pros, I think Luria or something, they have a whole studio set up and they have a whole thing. I'm like, that's good for them. But you can't start out running the marathon. You got to walk. And if that's your phone, that's it. Don't worry about the quality and this and that. Roberto Blake, he's a YouTuber. If you haven't checked out his channel, please do. He talks about this when he started out. He's got like almost 1 million subscribers now in a couple of years. But he started out doing, he said, crappy videos, bad lighting, bad sound. But he worked his way up. So that's what you got to do.
Right.
And I don't think a lot of people want to do that.
No. Well, TJ, thank you for bringing this. I've got to run to an appointment today. So, but I believe TJ may be doing an after party or after show over on Get Vocal.
I'll do it on Vocal and I'll put the link in.
Yes. And please go over there and play with it, and look for Biz Chicks to be over on Get Vocal really soon. We are coming over there, and we're going to be doing some things over there now that I have broadcast permissions.
Yes.
We're going to have some fun.
And thank you guys for listening. I hope, like I said, I knew it was a big subject and we were going to keep talking. So we'll keep talking on Get Vocal. If anybody wants to come over with me, I'll go right over there and we'll keep talking about this serious thing or, you know, any of the digital marketing stuff online if you have questions and stuff. Okay. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Like I said, if you find the information, something that needs to be shared out with your people, with your profile, do that. Share it out everywhere you can. And, like us, give us thumbs up, all hearts, whatever you want to do. It's up to you. But thank you for watching. Replay Gang, thank you for watching. Put in Replay Gang. And, we love you guys. So thank you.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow, right? With Coach Karen?
Coach Karen will be on Getting Your Money Mind Right.
There you go. So we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.